When Erica cried out, red cracks opened in the dark night sky. It looked like a spiderweb shaped fissures that appear when a glass window has been struck hard. No, it actually was a spiderweb colored blood red. See, this is the time of the story where I'd say I'd rather deal with Erica than Ava. I'd rather deal with Erica. A laugh rang out through the spiderweb-covered world. A witch's laugh. It sounded somehow familiar to Angie. And there, standing on the spiderweb and gazing down at the goats, which have looked like bugs caught in, was the witch. Given the rules of the story, I had to. If I could have said that, if it didn't say that innocent people couldn't help or work with the culprit, I would have assumed that, hey, maybe Maria just was lying for him. I had no idea that George had just convinced her that way. Because I could have spun it either way without Maria. Maria covered for him too perfectly, and he covered for Maria too well as well. It was the witch who had hidden inside of Ava. The witch of the future. One who would one day call herself the Endless Witch after the cat box closed over the world. You can keep that title, I don't want to be a murderer. Look, if I'm gonna be a witch of anything, I'm not gonna be an evil one. I'm just gonna chill. Ava swung her one-winged staff at the crowd of foolish goats beneath her, proclaiming their death. The spiderwebs, which formed a ceiling that covered the heavens, plummeted, and more spiderwebs seeping out of the ground at the goats' feet. Then the webs from above and below met, and thousands upon thousands of goats were caught in their grasp. Then, as Ava swung her staff, it swirled. Around and around like egg yolk, being mixed in a bowl. Eventually, it was all packed to a massive blood-red goo. The moans of goats drifted out from inside. That entire crowd had been compressed into a meatball a few meters across. This is just wild. I still don't want her to be around, though. No other word could do that sound justice. After sucking in all of those goats, the spiderweb ball vanished into thin air with a squelch. Yeah. After that, there wasn't even a trace left. The dark rose garden lay there without any sound but that of the falling rain. Ava drifted down from the sky. In the good way or the bad way? I knew I should be grateful, and yet it really wasn't easy for me to believe that Ava was my ally. Ava realized that too. Yeah. She giggled, spun around, and vanished. Now that she had already laughed, I started to regret not saying even a thank you. So I figured I should at least thank the other person who had saved me. I already knew her name. What I was really asking was why she had saved me. It's good to meet you.
魔女？
真実の魔女、一なる真実を追求するものです。そしてそれはあなたのことでもありますね。
Those 2 days, October 4th and 5th, 1986. I've been so depressed to know what happened. So desperate to know what happened that I took a step off the roof of that skyscraper, drifted through several witch games and fragment worlds, and abandoned myself to this long journey with no rewards. All I want is to know what happened that day. All I want is the single truth of that day.
それを求めるのが真実の魔女です。だからあなたは私と同じなんです。だから助けに来ました。
私は知りたいの。一体あの日に何があったの？誰も教えてくれない。誰にもわからない。でも確かにあの日に何かがあったの。
Something happened.
私はそれを知るためなら何だって投げ出せる。
I wouldn't.
それだけが私が命を捨てても知りたい唯一のことなの。
I mean, I'm gladly not. I would rather not know than know.
だから教えて。あなたは知っているの？一体この島で何があったの？
真実の魔女にとって真実は与えられるものですか？私がこれが真実だとあなたに押し付けたなら、
No.
あなたはそれを鵜呑みにする気ですか？
Because she's human.
それは違う。
No human should ever just take someone's word for it and just be automatically like, oh yeah, that's good.
バトラさんはあなたに今日何を見せてくれましたか？
Today, Oni-chan showed me a bizarre Halloween party. It may have been heartwarming and a lot of fun, but it definitely wasn't the truth. Yes, it was.
バトラさんはそれを真実だと言ってあなたに見せてくれたのではないのですか？
違う。あんなの真実じゃない。
時に他人は真実だと称して私たちを惑わします。しかし真実の魔女はそれに惑わされることなく一なる真実を追求しなければならないのです。だからあなたはバトラさんの押し付ける偽りの真実などに納得できない。本当の一なる真実を求めてやまないのです。
Oni-chan's trying to confuse me. I felt that this whole time. Even though he knows everything what happened that day, he won't tell me anything at all. How is he any different from Ava, who mocked and refused to tell me anything, even until the very moment of her death? Why won't Oni-chan tell me?
どうして教えてくれないの？
Because it would hurt you. The dam inside my heart burst.
どうしてお兄ちゃんは私に本当のことを教えてくれないの？
Because it's not worth it.
どうして？
Why tear a little girl's heart up?
私だけ知らない。
Good.
私だけ誰も教えてくれない。教えてよ。あの日に何があったのか教えてよ、お兄ちゃん。お兄ちゃん。
I cried out at the raining night sky. Hot tears poured from my eyes, but they were covered by the cold rain that beat against me, so no one other than me would know that they were tears. Know that they were tears. No one would know my pain and sadness. I'm always the only one alone, all
教えてよ、
alone.
誰か。あの日に何があったのか私に教えて。
大 誰にも教えられません。真実は自分で手にしなければならないからです。
真実はどこにあるの？どうやったら至れるの？みんなが隠す、教えてくれない？私の手で自ら至るから、お願いだから、真実がどこに隠されているのかだけでも教えて。
いいわ、教えてあげてもいい。
Oh yeah, I'm sure that'll be the truth. As that voice rang out, the world bent and swirled. After blinking several times, I realized that the world had become a sea of stars. No, that's not quite right. There are stars up there in the sky, but those lights below me aren't stars. They're lights from building windows, street lights, car lights. I was floating in the dark sky over a city lined with skyscrapers.
あなたに真実を教えることはできない。でも、どうやったら真実に至ることができるのか、その道を指し示してあげることはできるわ。あんたは
Various bad memories are jumping out at me from the back of my mind. That's right. I was chained in a place that strange theater thing, forced to watch a repulsive fragment where mom and dad committed murder.
あれを真実だとは言ってないわ。
You were about to?
あれが真…
あんたが大声で遮ったから続きが書き消えただけよ。
Well, you didn't know. I was actually about to say this is the truth of some fragment, not that it was the truth of the entirety.
これはすべて真実とは限らないと続け。
Oh, fuck off. Shut the hell up.
あんたはどこまで私をもてあそぶ気なのよ。
それは謝るわ。でも試したかったの。
何をよ。
あなたがどのようなものであれ真実を受け止める覚悟があるのかどうかを。真実は時として期待を裏切るわ。
Yeah, sometimes.
あるいは最も望まない形を取ることもある。あなたに見せたあのかけらはおそらくあなたにとっては想像しうる限りの一番最悪なかけらでしょうね。でもそれに耐えてで
Oh
も
my god.
真実を求める力と勇気がなければ
If you can't handle
真実に近づく資格はないの。
if you can't handle the truth or the story at its worst, you can't handle it at its best. What the fuck is that kind of logic? The hell? If you can't possibly face the absolute worst case scenario, then you just aren't ready for the truth. I mean, come on. The truth isn't going to be the absolute worst case scenario possible. Probably. I have no comeback. Finding the truth is my goal. I just want to know what happened on that island on that day. I don't think of myself as wanting to hear only the facts that are pleasing to me. Have I really been prepared to face the bloody, unbearable truth that's probably waiting there for me? If I find the truth, it'll mean having to look straight at my family's tragic final moments and accepting them as they are. And if I do accept that, it means abandoning my faint hope for that convenient miracle. The idea that one of them might have survived somehow and might return even though 12 years have passed. Even though I know a miracle like that would be completely ridiculous. I have to admit that the faint hope it brought me has given me comfort these past 12 years. I want to know the truth. I want one of them to come back. Those two wishes contradict with each other. By learning the truth, I'll be forced to accept that no one's coming home.
真実はいつだって残酷よ。時にそれは
自分の希望を刈り取りさえする。多くの場合、人間は真実を得ることに対する対価に気づいていない。私はあなたにその覚悟があるのかどうか問いかけただけ。
I must choose between my two contradicting wishes. Will I find the truth and abandon my optimistic hopes for my family's return? Or will I give up on the truth and keep waiting for the family that will never really return for all eternity? Give it up. Will I freeze up and let myself be fooled by the childish illusion my brother made for me?
聞かせて、エンジェ。あなたに真実を知ろうとする覚悟は本当にあるの？あるわ。その決意は揺るがない？揺るがないわ。
After hearing my immediate reply, Burns stared at me. Are these expressionless eyes of hers measuring my resolve? Now that my brother is covering up the truth even after becoming game master, the only thing I can rely on in my search for the truth is the past that Burn can show me.
あなたの瞳の奥に真実を追い求める者の輝きを見たわ。教えてくれるの？私に真実に至る道を。ええ、あなたを導いてあげる。忘れたの？だって私はあなたの後見人でしょ。
How long has it been since I last heard Barney use that word? Yes, not since that time at the very beginning when I met her in this future world, and became a witch with her as my guardian. That's when I became the Beatrice of 1998, the one who could defeat the Beatrice of 1986.
あなたは1998年のベアトリーチェ、エンジェ・ベアトリーチェ。私が後見人となってあなたを魔女と認めた。でもあなたはベアトと同じ無限の魔女ではないわ。真実の魔女。そう、エリカと同じ。あなたは一なる真実を求め、いかなるまやかしにも騙されることはない。真実の魔女エンジェ・ベアトリーチェには一なる真実にたどり着く力があるのね。あるわ。でもあなたにはその力をこれまで使うことはできなかった。どうしてかわかる？今ならわかるわ。私は真実を求めながら、その一方で真実を知ることを無意識に拒んでいた。そう、あなたは真実を求めながらも同時に真実を知ることで家族が帰ってくるかもしれないという奇跡が失われることを無意識に恐れた。
Yeah, that's true.
だから一なる真実に手を伸ばす資格がなかった。言われるままだわ。私には甘えがあったことを認めなくちゃならない。
I must admit it. My entire family's dead. Now that I've acknowledged it, I must expose why they died and who was behind it.
ありがとう。あの薄暗い劇場で見せられたかけらは、そんな私の目を覚ましてくれるものだったのね。
I mean, are you sure about that, though?
あなたが本当の意味で真実の魔女となってくれるのを待つために、随分と多くのゲームを重ねることになったわね。
It seems like being a witch of truth is just a miserable life. Because everyone who's a witch of truth ends up being really depressed and sad. With a really bad backstory that's depressing and sad. Maybe you don't want to become a witch of truth.
でも、そのすべてに意味があったと思う。この最後の最後のゲームで、
あなたは真実の魔女に至れたのだから。教えて。あの日あの島で何があったの？それを直接教えろなんて言わないわ。だから指し示して。私は何をすれば真実に至ることができるの？ここは少し涼しすぎるわ。場所を移しましょう。どこへ？
We have to jump down. Okay.
マシな紅茶が飲める場所へよ。
We're going to a good old smoking room. At least I assume. A massive applause filled the hall. It was applause in honor of a good fight, and applause in honor of Burn.
そしてベルンカステル教のゲームもまた素晴らしいものであったぞ。
みんなにも彼女のゲーム版を公開するので、ぜひ挑戦してみてほしい。かなりの力作だぜ。
結局は解かれてしまったけれどね。
誰にも解けないゲームなんてゲームじゃないわ。
Yes, it is, because there's still a solution, you just haven't found it yet.
肝心なのは面白かったかどうかよ。
Fun? Who wins though? That's what's at fun. Come on.
面白かったぞ。
I'm too competitive just to like say if a game's fun or not. Come on. The art of winning is what's fun
そ
about
こは
it.
わらわも保証する。
俺もだ。最初はこんなの解けるわけがないって思ったが、一つずつ有効になる紫発言を使い、容疑者を絞っていくあたりはパズル的な面白さがあったぜ。
Well, yeah, it was like it's all built on like a stack, and so once you started pulling out, you know, the sticks in the middle of it, it starts tumbling down.
さあみんな集まれ集まれ。
ベルンカステル教の推理ゲームってどんなのかしら？
それはやってみてのお楽しみ。
Objects resembling chessboards were set out on several tables. Crowds gathered around each other, looking down with interest.
ほうほう。これは論理パズルのようだね。
なかなかの正統派ではありませんか。
これが魔女のゲームってものなんだね。
はあ、こうやって見るとただのゲームなんだよな。でもこれコマにとってはとんでもない大事件なんだぜ。
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
それもそうですな。
せっかくのベルンカステル教の手土産です。楽しませていただきましょう。
しかしこれは難解ですね。
It wasn't fun.
本当に解けるようにできているのかどうかさえ怪しくないですか？
解けるようにできていることをまず信じろ。
That's true.
問題は解けるように出されていると、出題者を信頼して初めて思考の戦いは始まる。
その点は俺たちも保証するぜ。さあさあ、ぜひ挑戦してみてくれ。
With Battler's encouragement, discussions over Burns' mystery game began at each table. The mix of human and fantasy creatures in heated discussion was truly a sight to behold. Beato and Burns sat in a chair far off from the discussions.
お茶にご希望はございますか？
No, I want the good stuff.
わらわには何か落ち着く紅茶が良い。それをミルクティーにしてくれぬか？
かしこまりました。ベルンカステル教は何かご希望はございますか？
紅茶に梅干しを沈めてちょうだい。まずい紅茶を飲みやすくするコツよ。
Thanks. I'll get right on that.
そうへそを曲げるなというのだ。そなたのゲームは実に面白かったと称えているというのに。
Since she had emerged victorious in the game Byrne had put all her heart into, the look on Beato's face made her last lines almost sound like an apology.
別にへそを曲げてなんかいないわ。
I'm not pissed.
私はもともとこういう顔よ。
そんな表情の中にベルンなりの温かみを見出せた時にね、私は真っ暗闇の雪山の頂上で美しい星を見つけたような気持ちになるのよ。
That's a hell of an analogy.
悪かったわね。顔がいつも万年雪。
やれやれ。ベルンカステル教を称えることは難しい。なんと褒めても 嫌味と受け取られてしまうぞ。
大丈夫よ。後でしみじみと噛みしめるタイプだから。
ほうほう、ベッドの中で枕を抱きながら噛みしめるタイプか。
You know this from experience now, don't you?
そうそう、そんな感じそんな感じ。
Beato and Lambda Delta giggled together. Burn shrugged and looked away.
でもよ、よくひねった。面白いゲームだったぜ。
そう、ありがとう。
解けないようにも作れるのに、
She really could have.
お前はちゃんと解けるように作ったもんな。それはゲームを楽しもうというフェア精神がなけりゃできないことだ。
私は絶対に勝てるゲームが好きよ。勝てないかもしれないゲームなんてめんどくさい。
I can tell.
今度は講師を逆にしてゲームをしたいな。俺が出題して、それにあんたが挑戦する。あんたが俺に勝つゲームだ。もちろんこれまでのベアトとの戦いで培ったノウハウの全てをつぎ込んだ超難解なゲームにするぜ。
Any mystery I'd have, I would make it so fucking impossible to solve that it's just complete bullshit. And make it just so unnervingly hard. Just to piss people off and so I could win.
俺が2連勝しちまうくらいのつもりなんだ。
And that would be my excuse. I'd be like, yeah, I got to set the bar high and just make it as fucking soul-crushing as possible.
あんたもベアトも、あんたたちってつくづく面白い考え方ね。
何が？
ゲームは勝敗を決するための手段でしょ。そしてそれを仕掛けるからには至上目的は自分の勝利のはずなのに、自分が負けるかもしれないゲームをどうしてわざわざ仕掛けるの？
It's the thrill.
絶対に勝てるゲームなんてつまらないだろ。そんなのゲームじゃない。
The thrill of crushing your opponent beneath your heel. That is a very much of a euphoric rush you get. I don't care how one-sided it is, it feels so fucking good. I mean, it gets boring a little bit, but it's still always fun to win.
勝つか負けるか、そのフェアなやりとりが面白いんじゃないか。
I wouldn't say balanced. I'd just say that it's still a possibility.
ゲームってのは戦いじゃない、コミュニケーションなんだ。その過程を楽しむ。勝敗という結果はまあおまけみたいなもんさ。
I just have differing opinions on this kind of thing. I'm too competitive. Battler's not a very competitive person. That's just the difference. It's not... I have no joy in when I lose. It is pissed. That's what I get. Because then I'll look at myself and say, well, I could have done better. This fucking sucks. And then I'll just get pissed. So it's not fun in that regards. I just have differing opinions.
ベアトたちと私の考えが何が違うのかはっきりと理解できたわ。
I think differently than both of you.
違いって？
あんたたちにはコミュニケーション、私にはそうでないということよ。
お前ずいぶん殺伐とした世界に生きてるんだな。
Probably.
あんただってベアトのゲームを理解するまではそうだったはずよ。
I mean, the whole, like, communication thing, it's a really nice thing to think about. But it's just like, it's not for me. I'm not a very, it's just not my kind of thinking style.
永遠のゲームは永遠の拷問。その苦しみをあんたはもうきれいさっぱり忘れてしまったというのよ。
確かにそう思った日もあった。しかしもう決着はついた。そうなれば過去のことはぐちぐち言わない。ノーサイドってやつだ。
そこに私とあんたの致命的な違いがある気がするわ。あんたにとっての永遠の拷問は笑って水に流せる程度のものだった。私にとってのそれはそんな生優しいものではなかった。そういうことだわ。
あんたの生い立ちは知らねえが、
It's not a fun one.
苦労があった ったみたいだな。
She did.
なりごまごときのあんたに同情されるとは私も焼きが回ったもんね。
Love you too, Burn.